Assalamu alaikum and good day, everybody. Uh, just give me a minute. I'm actually setting up. There's some issue with my camera. Let me share my screen. Okay, let me test also whether my sound is okay and you should be able to see my screen. Okay, so I just check everything is okay except the camera. So let me try fix that. Okay. Okay, seems I think we should start without the camera. So let's start. Um, Today, actually, I will be covering the latest feature added to one of my favorite tool, and how we could use these features to design and develop multimedia content or even presentation also. So let's move on. Very quickly, I will start with introduction, then just briefly refresh a bit what is AI, machine learning, deep learning, and Gen AI, and then I will dive into demo about that particular tool, that is Notebook LM from Google. They have recently added new features, so I'm using free version of that. I mean, if you really like, then please do subscribe. So you will get slightly additional features, and I will highlight those features also when I will be doing the demonstration. Okay. So when we are talking about AI applications, so you name it, any teaching and learning task or activities, and there are a lot of AI tools available. Especially when we are talking about nowadays, the latest trend is videos, animations, and graphics, flashcard, and you name it, any task. And our developers, they are developing AI tools for these tasks. They are not accurate 100%. You, as an educator, you need to really go through the content design, the prompt you have to give in the smart prompt, so that you can get maximum out of these tools. So very quickly, large language model. So now they are even adding more domains to LLMs, like inference, smart learning, and how we can incorporate computer vision so that even handwritten notes are now able. LLMs are able to scan, and OCR, object character recognition, is enhanced. Okay. Effective prompt. So I will go very quickly. Yeah. So these are the key elements where you should incorporate into your prompts. Some other examples. Yeah. So the more detail you prompt you can give in, they can actually design, and especially this prompt, which can give uh, a very clear idea to algorithms or large language models what exactly you are expecting from these models. Okay, so those who join in live, please do comment from where you are watching my live stream. And I'm live on my YouTube channel and LinkedIn Learning, and I'm using Restream. Thanks to all these platforms, I'm using free versions. And do let me know your own experiences about using these AI tools. So I'm sharing some of the prompts and how important it is to write effective, complete, comprehensive prompts. Okay, so it's another prompt like where you ask AI or Gen AI to come up with standard operating procedures for certain tasks. Okay, so let's move on and dive into uh, the tools or applications. And today our focus is on um, Google Notebook LM. But before Google, let me share another tool which, if you scan this QR code and sign up, you will get 200 coins. It's Gamma. Uh, they have improved a lot, but recently, if you ask me, I would prefer, um, in comparison, I will show you in the demo how Google Notebook LM is actually, uh, I would like that output. So, but you can scan this QR code, sign up, you will get 200 coins, and I will get 200 coins. So that's how you can use these tools as a referral. Quite powerful, but I won't be exploring Gamma today. Just very quickly summarizing. Yeah, so summarizing some of the lesson planning or activities design, you can use uh, GPT tools like ChatGPT, Cloud, Pro- Perplexity, uh, uh, DeepSeek, Quinn, and there are many tools coming in. For multimedia design or presentation, you can use ChatGPT, you can use Copilot, get the script, and get multimedia design. And Gamma is one of my favorite. And today I will be exploring, I would say, Gamma and Notebook LM. Notebook LM already added a lot of interesting features which we can actually use for multimedia design. At the start, I was using Notebook LM for podcasts, for graphics, for teaching assistant, for podcasts, animation. Grok is very popular. Gemini Nano Banana is also coming in. For video also, for short videos, you can use Grok and uh, Gemini Nano Banana, and it can actually, you can really use the free features of these tools. Okay, so let's move on. Just sharing one of the uh, paper published, especially for healthcare educators, how they use Notebook LM, and how they apply one of the model, PIC-RAT, model, and design um, content or education or learning, So do Google and search. I forget to actually put QR code for this article. One of the good reference which you can refer to. So let's move on. This is the one of the tool which I will be focusing today. Okay, so hopefully you will be able to see my screen. I already logged in, like so when you search um, Google NotebookLM, this is how it will appear. Please sign up with your Gmail ID and click on try Notebook LM. So once you are at the dashboard, you can actually click on create new. But for the time constraint, I would actually click one of the um, notebook I have created already. So on the left side, you need to add sources. And when you click add sources, the cool thing is it do Notebook LM do allow you to upload files. If I'm not mistaken, 50 files you can upload, but 50, there's some limitation. If I'm not mistaken, 50 MB of file size, then you can upload link or share link or YouTube videos or even Google Drive content or just plain text. So it's good to give them, give Notebook LM these sources so they can refine uh, uh, output based on these resources. So I have already added one of my recording of my talk, actually workshop, which we have conducted in US for Open Learning Consortium conference um, early this year, and I just did a recording of that, uploaded to YouTube channel, my own channel, and then I shared that link. And based on that video, it generates the summary. That's the first thing in the middle, and quite accurate. I really enjoyed. And you notice keywords are bold. That's very nice feature. And you can write in here, give prompt more follow-up questions and all that. But on the right side is your studio, and most of you will have these features. So if you can't access to these two latest features, which is the focus of my webinar today, that is called Infographic and Generate Slide Deck. So in free version, you cannot download slides as like Google Slides or PowerPoint slides, where you can download as a PDF, version of these slides, and uh, rest what to do with those these content. Now let me explain this pencil sign. If you click on it, so let me start with the infographic. Quite nice and interesting infographic is generated by uh, Notebook LM. So you see, it asks you to pick languages. Plenty of options you have. You have Indonesia, you have Urdu, Persian, Arabic, and even Pashto, if I'm not. Yeah, Sindhi also. Wow, quite interesting, options you have. So you can try. I will keep it to English. And then orientation of your infographic, landscape, portrait, or square. And here, level of detail you want, standard, detail, and concise. And here, you can specify the style of your infographic. For slide, you can use any GPT platform to suggest you which is appropriate slide style for your infographic and where you're going to present. and even color or focus. Like sometimes you have your own brand color, so you can specify here. So with the highlight, so this is like additional prompt which will let Notebook LM to customize or personalize according to your preference. So I will click generate and see how it goes. I have already generated some of the infographics. So let me click that. I think this is the one. So at the background, it will run the prompt I have given. So hopefully you can see now. Let me confirm. So this is the infographic generated based on the video I have shared to as a source for Notebook LM, and it actually goes through the video. It I'm just checking. So quite impressive, not bad. Yeah. So you can zoom in, you can download also. Okay. And for example, I can zoom in and you see here, this was the title of our workshop, Designing Modern Competency-Based Assessment Model and how we can lead competency-based education to EPAs. And if you see here, it actually summarizes nicely. um, the elements or graphics are quite impressive, and you see it even captures the EPAs. Not bad. I think I'm okay. Perfect. Not that perfect, but still acceptable, So you can use different prompts, change the setting, and you can even share and download. I have tried asking Notebook LM to translate. So this is the prompt just now a while ago I gave. Let's see. Every time you give prompt, it will redesign in a different format. So that's the beauty or drawback of your generative AI algorithms, because it keep on learning based on different time and set of data provided or prompt provided. So not bad also this infographic. So you see it, clinical nurse, project manager. So it try to give some of the examples which in my workshop we did mention these two domains, and quite impressive. Okay. So the cool thing in Notebook LM, it is actually saving whatever you have keyed in. So this is another option where we did mention that let's make LMS as a central hub and for dashboard and all that. So not bad. I Let me show you some of the. I actually asked to generate in Urdu. Uh, yeah. So amazing. Quite nice font, they use. If you let me zoom in, मुलाजमत की जगह पर तशखीस के लिए, because it's workplace space you know assessment. So assessment they translate it in तशखीस के लिए अहलियत पर मबनी निगरानी का model. Not bad. Okay. And you see it actually very nicely competency based education, and it even gives cycle translated into Urdu. And I like this portion. It actually highlights, it says, the steps for implementing competency based educations. Yeah. And I think not bad. I remember in one of my slide I covered this, and smartly I like the graphics they use. So quite nice. Let me show you some other languages, and those they I mean those who can understand, please do comment. how you rate the translation of, yeah. So you see, we did mention about VR or immersive learning, and it, see, LMS is there. So this one is in Arabic, and let me show you. I think I did one in Persian also. Let's see. Yeah. So you see, every infographic use different style, different template, or different icons or images. Some similarities will be there because the source is same. Right. So this is how we can generate infographic using NotebookLM. And this one is slide generation. I won't click that, but let me show you the features we have. You can go for short or default. Here you can put the level, of outline you want. Uh, Tell the audience you want undergraduate learners, or you are giving a talk in a symposium or a conference. Do mention that, and then it could actually change slightly the content preferred to, so here also you can select either presentation slides or detailed deck. Let's try, because it normally will take some time. So let's click on it and let it work at the back. So I have generated like 3 days ago, based on my source, which is here on the left side. That is a YouTube video of one of my recording of my workshop, our workshop. And then let's see, it's quite impressive. Let me make it full screen, and you see it generates very impressive slides. Okay, so the blueprint of modern assessment. So even rearrange the title of the topic also. uh, let's show you some of other slides. Not bad. And you see very nicely graphics, the text, different fonts. S- and yeah, I did mention these two models in our workshops. And yeah, so this is, I would prefer, I would prefer this over Gamma or even few other platforms, because it is more realistic, more appealing, and more uh, impressive, I would say. Like, you look at the icons they use. Please go through the text, because sometimes you may have some spelling errors or different terms used. So far, 99% is accurate, using Notebook LM to generate slides. Okay. Yeah. So about 50. The only issue here, I noticed this QR code was not working. So, like what I would highlight, please go through the content. Don't just consume it. Test everything, and then only you can reuse for your actual session. So, in summary, I have explored Notebook LM. They have recently launched two new features. In my previous webinars, I covered all these different um, features. But if you are interested in, or you used some of these features, do comment and share your experiences and which feature you like most. Okay, so let's move on. This is my YouTube channel, so please do feel free to subscribe. And if you think it's useful, do share with your network. And do let me know if you are interested in exploring different tools and the features, and do give me your feedback. So if you have any questions, feel free to post in the comments, or even if you are watching the recorded version of this webinar, put your questions in the comments, and I will be addressing later on. In summary, I started with introduction, sharing very briefly about AI, machine learning, and how Gen AI playing role. Touch a bit on importance of prompts, and then dive into the tool, Google NotebookLM. They have added recently two new features. One is infographic generation, quite impressive, quite interesting to explore this feature, and the other one to generate slides. Currently, it's takes some extra time because, or even in certain countries, you may not have this feature enabled yet. So give some time, or if you really want, interested in, please go for Notebook LM paid version, and you will get all these features. Okay, thanks everybody, and see you in my next webinar. Stay safe. Assalamu alaikum and good day.